See, I always wanted to join the East Sakaba gang, and of course, I wanted to be in the Billionaires Club. I thought I had no fears until Karishika. Between that and Amadioha, I wonder which I fear more. And anytime you hear Kanayu, you could say you're watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. If you spend too much time complaining about how you were enslaved in the past, you may actually be blinded to the modern ways in which you're still being enslaved. So let us tell the world. Let us tell them about our heritage. Let us tell them about the leadership of Kwame Nkrumah, the artistry of Fela Kuti, the wealth of Dangote, the conquest of Shaka Zulu. Because this is new Africa. It's about time we replace those dark images they took years ago.
It's Visa. Visa with the time. Slow Visa. It's Visa. It's Visa. It's Visa. Visa with the time. It's Visa. It's Visa. Africa, gone is tomorrow. Today is here. Achievement to be accomplished. Nothing to fear.
So I go by the name Vitus. I'm a performance poet, or what is otherwise known as a spoken word artist. Okay, so before I start anything, I just want to say that I've been enjoying myself so far. I love atmospheres like this, where things about Africa are being spoken about, because it makes us more and more conscious of who we are. And through that, it makes us be able to take ourselves to the world and showcase what we've got over here. So I'm going to do two poems, two pieces. The first one hinges around Africa and slavery. And then the second one I call This is New Africa. That tells the story of what Africa should be. Okay, so without much ado, the first poem. I came to shake some African tables because someone has to hear something. See, this piece might offend many, but who's counting? I think you Africans complain too much about slavery. I'm just saying. First off, whose fault is it? No, wait, I don't seek to make light of the effect of those dark years on the African continent, but reason with me. If you spend too much time complaining about how you were enslaved in the past, you may actually be blinded to the modern ways in which you're still being enslaved. For instance, how slavery of the past was physical, but now it's mental. Like how I can make you think that your country is worth nothing, and so you haven't really arrived until you come to mine. So then I wouldn't have to come to your country to fetch slaves on a ship anymore, because they'll run here by themselves forevermore. Like how I can make you think that my products are better than anything your country can ever produce, and so you haven't really got it until you import mine. Like how I can make you believe that all your heroes are villains and my heroes will soon come to rescue your land after they are done rescuing mine. Like how Alexander the Great is described as a conqueror for conquering, but Shaka Zulu is labeled a bloodthirsty barbarian for doing the exact same thing. Like how your queen mothers are localized, but our queen is globalized. Like how Spider-Man is called a superhero, but Kwekwanansa is called a superstition. Like how I can make you think that every aspect of your culture is primitive, and every aspect of mine is called modernization. Like how Jigbodi is not a cool name to give to your child, but once you call her Patience, she can move mountains. Like how I can make you think that you aren't really married until you have a white wedding. Like how I can make you think that you need my engineers to erect your megastructures, but since you can't afford them, you need my loans to pay them. Africa, wake up. How long until you realize that we never really ended slavery? We rebranded it. And while you were busy lamenting on the effect of the transatlantic slave trade, well, we found a new way to do it. How's that for smart? Now that's strategy. From physical slavery to mental slavery, well, guess what's next? Spiritual slavery. But you all aren't ready for that conversation. So let's leave that for another day. For in the words of James Baldwin, God gave Noah the rainbow as a sign that there'll be no more rain. Because it's going to be fire next time. Thank you. So the second poem I'll do, I call This is New Africa. So enjoy. So let me tell you a bit about my childhood. I grew up watching lots of Nigerian movies. I have very fond memories of Papa Ajasko. And don't get me started on Boy Alinko. See, I always wanted to join the East Sakaba gang, and of course I wanted to be in the Billionaires Club. I thought I had no fears until Karishika. Between that and Amadioha, I wonder which I fear more. I thought men were the strongest until I realized that Sharon Stone can melt the lion's heart. See, forget Ramsey Noah. Aki and Aukwa were the real dangerous twins. And anytime you hear Kanayu, you could say you're watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But seeing all of this, I had never been to Nigeria, but I certainly knew much about the Nigerian culture. I had seen the delicacies of the Nigerian kitchen, and in fact, I was almost as fluent in my Nigerian pidgin. And yet you ask if art can unite Africa. See, let me tell you the power of art. It is said that the narrative will always glorify the hunter until the lion learns to write. Well, it's about that time the lions of Africa learn to write our own tales. So let us tell them about our history, our culture, our heritage, and stay original. For like a good friend says, that we must not revert to the red devils of slavery and colonialism to keep the black man united. I said, we must not revert to the red devils of slavery and colonialism to keep the black man united. See, we can achieve unity and diversity through creativity. So let us tell the world. Let us tell them about our heritage. Let us tell them about the leadership of Kwame Nkrumah, the artistry of Fela Kuti, the wealth of Dangote, the conquest of Shaka Zulu. Because this is new Africa. It's about time we replace those dark images they took years ago. Because images of yesterday don't define us today. Because back then we were known for fighting and shooting each other, but now we are shooting videos in 4K. We were known for cutting each other with a sword, but now we are cutting swords to begin great projects together. This is new Africa. Go tell them I said so. We have much to be proud of. Civilization started here. Great inventions came from our own, and it will interest you to know that the all-time richest man is a man by the name Mansa Musa from Mali. But where are the movies that talk about these men? See, these are our Spider-Men, our Iron Men. See, let us talk about our Captain Africa, because clearly we have some great Avengers. Let us end this game of inferiority and write stories that will cause them to marvel. If it's about looking like the West, well, we too are West Africa. So this is new Africa. Go tell them I said so. Thank you.
I hope you are inspired, because we are. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to all our social media channels. It's displayed on the screen, and don't forget to press that notification bell to receive updates when they come by.
It's Vitus.